the phrasing, the phraseality. What's the word for that?
Phraseality I like better.
I was looking for a different word that I thought existed, but I guess it doesn't.
Musicality, phrasing.
Musicality, phrasing.
Phraseality.
Fuck me.
Hello and welcome to Lockdown. I am one of your hosts, Daniel Wargo.
Good morning, and I'm your other host, William Gabriel. How are you, Dan?
I'm lovely and wonderful. How are you, sir?
Is that poster always next to you in the background behind the keyboard? Because it just looks like there's two dudes standing in the corner like they're in trouble.
It is always there.
Really?
Sometimes
I'm just now
this
noticing
blue, Sometimes
Kinda
this
covers
blue
it.
thing covers it. It's not mine. It's Jackson's poster.
Who have you
I
been
don't know
yelling
what
at? It looks like Jackson.
He's got some weird shit in here. Oh,
It's
no,
just
I took it all
God
down.
not watching. I took it all down.
There was an R. Kelly poster in here for a minute.
Oops.
Who's like,
that
we
didn't
gotta get
age
rid of
well.
that. We gotta take that one down.
Yeah, I remember drastically 2015. Like, all I remember about your brother is R. Kelly. Like, he just, for some reason, 2014, 2015, fell hard into that catalog.
Was a big R. Kelly push that year. There was a big, this is before all the allegations. Well,
no, not really.
Before we knew that they were for real, before the prison time.
Dave Chappelle kind of confirmed it like 2002, but we're fine. We're fine.
Well, we knew that part of it.
Yeah.
We did know that part.
So now that we're already on pee-pee talk in 2 minutes into the show, how's your week, dude? How was your week?
Dude, it was good. I got my vaccine, my first dosage.
Your first shot. I saw that.
First shot.
In like a gymnasium.
Tuesday. It was in a gymnasium on a basketball court of all things.
How'd that feel? To get it. Were you excited? Did you feel bad the next day?
Super excited. I felt great until yesterday, which was 2 days later. I felt just like unbelievably tired yesterday.
Yeah. I had a little bit of that.
Yeah. But otherwise I felt, other than like literally the vaccine feels like someone just runs up to you and punches you as hard as they can in the arm and runs away.
Oh, really?
It really felt like, not getting it, but
okay.
Yes,
I was like, you got a bad person.
Wednesday, I couldn't even like lift my arm to here.
Oh, interesting. Which one did you get again?
Bad. I got Moderna.
Same one. Same. Just built different.
Moderna peeps.
I mean, it definitely hurt my arm, but I was doing stuff. Doing lots of stuff.
I was trying to, when you put your arm like on the window in the car, like you got the window rolled down, you try to put your arm up here.
Yeah.
I was having to like go like this, get it up.
Prince Philip arm.
Jesus.
Good morning,
Not
everyone.
today.
Good morning.
Not today. Ay. Well, so I got my vaccine, so I'm almost vaccinated, 6 weeks away. How was your week?
I was pretty good. I got a lot done. I actually did another podcast last Saturday that was really fun. Was it Saturday? I think so. Yeah, It was like a geeked out collecting podcast hosted by my friend Jess.
Cool.
I started as like a fan of that show, just sort of listening to it, and we were talking on Instagram, and she was just like, "You sound like fun and totally different than most of my normal guests. Like, let's just have a conversation."
Wow.
It was a blast, dude. We talked for like 3 fucking hours. I think I ruined her show.
Great. Wow. So you just slid into her DMs and then all of a sudden you're on the show? Is this how this works?
That's not... You make it sound creepy as fuck. It was networking, my guy.
It kind of sounds like you just went like, hey, I'm going to slide up in here.
No, I was actually in her streams on Twitch a few months. Oh, okay. I don't know. I've been watching them do like some of the Patreon talks that aren't even necessarily episodes because they just do them on there, kind of like how we do this. And I was just talking in the chat. She asked about my stuff. We started talking. She saw that I was a collector, not like a smart one, but like A1. It was fun. A1
collector steak sauce.
A1 steak sauce.
Okay.
Also, I'm sad, Daniel.
Why are you sad?
Because Attack on Titan ended yesterday.
So I see you talking about this a lot. I have zero idea what this is or where it comes from
That's
or
okay.
why.
That's okay. It's
Is it?
it's a Japanese story that I've been following since like 2014.
Is it like a soap opera?
It kind of is in a weird way. It's like it's like very Game of Thronesy, like big genre storytelling, but I've never in my I've read comics, I've read silly stories, I've read some books. Never in my life have I really read a manga. Have you heard of mangas before?
I've heard of it. I didn't know anyone actually read them because it's not in my circle.
I know a lot of people that read them, but I've always been like incredibly frustrated that you have to read backwards because that's how Japanese people read books, or at least mangas.
So like from beginning, the other way.
You have to read from the other side of the page, and the book is presented backwards. So you start from the back of the book. So it's just like so incredibly weird.
It's like driving in England.
Yeah. So I've been following this show for almost a decade, and I saw that like the ending happened and people were reacting to it. And you know Twitter. Twitter will just spoil anything. I was like, fuck it. Guess I'm reading a couple chapters of this. I read 23 chapters last night.
23?
Yeah. Fuck.
You didn't even realize.
I didn't.
Wow. This number really just follows us around. Last week, you guys were on the 23rd episode of the Daniel Wargo Project.
I would like to sue Jim Carrey.
Join the club.
Oh, is there a whole club? That's what they do now?
We just sue Jim Carrey for different things. So, okay, so is it a TV show or a book? It's both.
It's both. It's a TV show that I started watching the Japanese because that's the only version of it that was on Netflix in 2014. Slowly, it's been dubbed, and we watched like half of the last season that ended, but the next half isn't coming out until winter of 2022. But the actual comic manga ended yesterday. Destroyed me, Daniel. Such great storytelling.
That ended yesterday. Okay, so the story's over. So you know how it ends even without seeing the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I don't think I've ever done. I don't think I've ever read a book to be like, let's see if this movie is going to be good. Never.
Yeah. Never. No. So you just needed to know.
I needed to know. Have you ever had that feeling where you like have to get it before like you have a conversation with somebody about it and they accidentally leak a little bit or whatever?
Yeah, I used to be like that with things with Harry Potter. For sure.
It's kind of in that same kind of feeling, like where it's a chase to get to the end and you're like, I have to know this next thing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not about the destination, it's about the journey, kind of a thing.
No, I get that. I get that.
So I'm very tired today. I stayed up way too late reading Japanese comics.
Backwards.
Everything's great in the world.
Yeah, okay. I love it. So you have your coffee.
Yep.
You have your
waking up.
You have the ending of your story.
Yep.
Your manganese. And okay, well,
so I feel like I had the better week. You got shot in the arm, and I got to play around with some cartoons.
Yeah, you definitely had the better week. I didn't have. I mean, my week wasn't bad. It was just not like amazing.
Although my shower broke this week. Have you ever had like your shower reject your water, just like come back to you, and you're like, oh no, and you're like too asleep still to like realize that there's water at the bottom of the shower, and then you step in, and then you instantly want to cut your own foot off because that's what I did. I was fuck.
Yeah. So in the bottom, you mean it was like filling up a bathtub?
My water, it's so weird. I think this building used to be a hotel because like nothing is built like an apartment, and my water system is connected to my neighbor's. Mm-hmm. So anytime he's like grinding up too much broccoli or whatever, I know about it. Like it'll come back into my sink sometimes.
Okay.
And there was some stuff in my shower.
That's disgusting.
Right.
That's gross.
Fucking hated it.
So what'd you do? Did you get some Drano or something?
No, I just called the maintenance and left.
You were like, I'm out of here. I'm going to shower.
I ran into the kitchen and threw my foot in the sink.
Disgusting.
Well, what else was I supposed to do? Put a shoe on right away?
I don't think so.
Thank you. Thank you for backing me up. What a friend.
I'll do it. I'll back you up. So good job then.
So
I
now
guess.
that we're
Cheers.
feeling good, you know,
Uh-huh.
we're talking about like food regurgitation. Why don't we move on into bussin' or bust?
Busted or busted. Yeah.
You look very nice today.
Thanks. I put on a shirt. That's why.
But it's a nice button shirt. It's like
But it's
I don't
not a
know,
collar.
dude. You like really try.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even comb my hair.
Guy.
Guy.
I know we're going to be on camera, and so I dress appropriately.
This is appropriate. I have pants on. I have a form of pants on. Thank you.
You look like a person who got up, put on some clothes,
The bare
collects
minimum.
Pokemon cards.
Jade, your card's still coming. I'm sorry.
Reads manga.
Reads manga.
You look exactly like a person who does all that.
Some people call it manga. I don't know what to do.
Is it manga? Because that makes me think of mango, which makes me want to eat.
Dude, so let's think about mangoes and get into bussin' or busted.
It's busted or busted. All right, hold up.
I have a feeling my husband's cheating on me with one of his coworkers. So I made this, and I'm going to pop up at his job to surprise him for lunch and see what the fuck is really going on.
Can we play that for the audio one more time?
I have a feeling my husband's cheating on me with one of his coworkers. So I made this, and I'm going to pop up at his job to surprise him for lunch and see what the fuck is really going on.
Thoughts? Thoughts, Daniel?
Wow. If her husband is cheating on her,
You're available.
I'm available
Yeah.
to be her new husband.
So that looked good.
I'll get all up in on that. Yeah, that's bussin'.
We're just right to it. We've already decided. So
I don't care. Yeah, that looks fucking amazing.
was that a chicken? Was that a steak? What are we putting on there? Carne asada and some
Yeah, it looks
refried beans.
Beans look so good.
Yeah.
They look so good, and the cheese.
You know
and then
those
the
are gonna kill you.
extra cheese at the top.
Whatever's in those beans, insta death.
Oh yeah, tomorrow's not a good day.
So much cheese. The jalapenos.
She's so smart to do it because she brings it to his office. She sees what's going on. He gets the shits right in the middle of his affair.
Dude,
It's
that's
over.
exactly my thought. She made a meal that's not sexy. It's not for sexy
at
time.
all.
It's for sleepy time alone, not someone next to you.
No, God no. God no. You
I
need
love
to be and
farts.
within 7 to 8 feet of a bathroom. Or at least a toilet.
So we find that busted. Does that mean that we got to eat it? We got to
I don't know
make
how to
it?
make that. How do we even I couldn't make those beans if I tried.
Well, she might be single if you want to hit the DMs.
At Cheese Daily?
At Cheese Day. I don't know.
That's
Is that what it said?
Yeah,
I just pulled it because the audio made me laugh. There was no music on it, and it looked pretty good. Looked pretty tasty.
looks
Glad you
real
agree.
tasty.
Glad
Yeah.
you agree.
I'm gonna get some nachos for lunch.
There
Come
it
on,
is.
Nacho hunting.
There it is. So,
Nacho hunt.
where do we move from here? How do we move on and one up these foods?
How do we one up that?
Yeah, how do we move on? Because you're already done with it. You're like, I'm ready. Let's eat it.
I mean, the only thing I would one up it is I'd add some salsa, you know? So salsa. That's what I
Are
want.
people in offices right now? Do you think this
Yeah.
is a bit, or do you think this is real?
I hope it's real. I
Okay.
really hope it's real.
But it feels like a bit.
But it feels like it could be a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like a sound from a different video that they're using on this cheesy
Yeah,
goodness
man,
video.
that's so true. That's so true. It
That's
never-
the TikTok way, isn't
It
it?
feels like a lie a lot of the time because you're like, oh, it's so genuine. This nice oh, it's not even them.
I don't really. I mean, I use TikTok. I love TikTok. Still don't fully get it.
You've
I'm
really
like,
slowed down on your posting, I feel.
yes, I was doing 3 a day for a while, and now I'm doing.
Now you're doing
10
the
a,
YouTube TikTok.
10 a week. Yeah.
Your shorts game is like eclipsing your normal content.
It's all coming together. Now I have a schedule for TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, and so I'm just trying to make sure that everything is going up when it needs to go up.
Who's your boss?
Me?
So
And
do you ever like lag and then you have to like yell at yourself and you're like, this was supposed to be done an hour ago?
I don't take it very well, but this is the way it is until I can afford to hire someone.
To be your boss?
No, I'll be the boss. I'll just be the boss.
You just want to be the mean part. You want someone else to do the posting. Got it. Totally got it.
I think someone else will do the editing a lot better than me in the future. Comparable.
No comment.
I do it just fine. Well, the most exciting thing of my week happened on Saturday night, I want to say. It was Saturday. It was the Final Four.
So
Did you catch any of that?
No, because I was poking down that night.
You were on your podcast.
Yep. Being a rock star, being a super talent.
It was a great night. So basically, there was the Final Four, the 2 games. The first game happened. It was fine. It was normal. It was whatever. The second game happened. It was Gonzaga versus UCLA. UCLA was like a...
I do remember getting off the podcast and seeing how sad Nikolai was. He made a lot of stories to get people excited, to get people motivated, to help put the juju out there for the UCLA booze.
And let me tell you, here's what happened, okay? UCLA is not supposed to be in the Final Four. They keep winning. They keep winning. They keep winning.
Fuck you. They're not supposed to be in the Final Four.
They weren't. They were not supposed to be there.
And
they should have lost.
They showed up.
Ago. That was the way it went. So they keep winning. They keep winning. And so it's exciting. Gonzaga is the best team by far in the tournament.
Where's Gonzaga from? That sounds like one
Washington?
Singular person. Okay.
I think it's somewhere in Washington.
That's a school?
It's a school. It is.
I didn't go to school. I'm fine.
Well, I think
It worked out.
You just didn't go to Gonzaga.
Yep.
So it wasn't really expected to, we thought it might be a good game, but Gonzaga was going to win, right? No big deal. So the whole game, UCLA's ahead and then Gonzaga's ahead. It keeps going back and forth and back and forth. They tie the game and then someone's winning and, and then at the end of the game, they tie it and we're going to overtime. And it's like, holy shit.
No wonder he made so many stories.
It was great. The whole game was just great. It was back and forth. It was great basketball. And so they get to overtime. Gonzaga takes an early lead in overtime. It's only 5 minutes. UCLA climbs back up. And then at the last 10 seconds, this happened.
Gonzaga again with the ball in his hands. In the paint. Floater. Short. Got it back.
UCLA ties it. 3 seconds left.
Gonzaga has time to do something.
Half court shot.
Wow. Wow.
It was unbelievable.
Move the laptop. That's making me so nervous. This man is standing on a table where someone's cell phone and keys are. What are we doing?
It was incredible. That whole it was just like the high of UCLA tying that game.
Like at the end of the day, these are kids.
They're they're adults.
Yeah, but they're still kids. You know what I mean? They're like 20,
very young adults.
21. Yeah. Like, fucking A, dude. That's insane. I guess that's kind of when you're at your prime, though, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, at least physically.
Because 31.
It goes downhill.
Holy shit. I had no idea. If someone told me. That's a crazy shot. So, did you make money on this? Was this a good thing for you? Did you make Nikolai cry? Tell me about your friendship.
Well, I kept kind of betting through the game. I was like, I think UCLA is going to win this. It wasn't expected. But, and then in that last 9 seconds, it was like extreme elation because it looked like we were going to double overtime. And then just what just happened?
Yeah.
And, it's one of those games where I'm just so happy I saw that. Because it was so.
I saw it right now.
I know.
Feels good. I feel like I was there.
Good. It was just like one of those moments in sports where...
Sure. Do you think that a little bit of that is because for a majority of sports games, not a majority, but like a major portion of it is nothing. Anticipation. It's always this constant building towards moments like that finally when you get a release, that's why it feels so fucking good, because you're kind of just like, why aren't we doing this all the time? Why isn't this happening all of the game? That feeling,
Yes. Well, yeah, and I mean, a lot of things like that have to do with what happens preceding it. If all of the stuff, all of the back and forth, the overtime, all of that hadn't happened,
yeah,
and then that moment wouldn't have been as whoa, go, you know?
Yeah.
But the fact that it was like back and forth, and all of a sudden it looks like we're going to tie this game. We're going 5 more minutes, and someone makes not an impossible shot, but a very unlikely shot.
Yeah.
At the 0, you know, it goes up with less than 1 second left.
That's just history. That's one of those moments.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like the band has said goodnight. We love you all. We'll see you next time we come through the town. And everyone's clapping, and they come out for the acoustic set, baby.
Oh, yeah. It's like that.
I love it.
It's like that.
I love it.
And some people went to the parking lot. They were like, I'm over it. I want to get out of here without traffic. Some people
That
stayed.
would have been me. I remember I left. This is so fucking devastating to admit. Do you remember when Paul McCartney played Coachella in like 2009?
I do.
I remember around hour 3 of that being like, we gotta go.
No.
It's Paul fucking McCartney. And I was like, ugh, we gotta go.
So you went? Did you leave?
Yeah, because it took like an hour.
That song's at the end.
No, we heard "Let It Be." We heard the no. We heard them all. We heard them all. He started going into Wings and other shit. Like, it was fine.
Yeah.
Like, the show he had planned was over.
Uh-huh.
And then he played like another hour. And then, you know what? The whole drive out, you hear him with the windows down the.
Oh my God.
I told you it was embarrassing to admit.
I'm so disappointed in you. You fucking privileged motherfucker.
I saw a legend and I was like, that's enough. I got it. But to be fair, have you ever been to Coachella? So much dust in your lungs. So many people just like constantly push. We were up there, dude. We were almost in front. So I was there. I was locked in. We saw Morrissey earlier. I think that was part of it. He bumped me out.
It's so sad.
I slept so good that night, though.
Someday your child is going to ask you if you've ever saw a Beatle, because they'll all be
I get
dead
to
by
say
then.
yes. I get to say yes.
And you're going to say, I left early.
I didn't see them at Dodger Stadium with seating like you did, you privileged fuck. I had to stand like a man, and it hurt after hour 3. I had been there all day. I had been there since 7 a.m.
2009.
I had been there since 7 a.m. I was, yeah.
You know what's the
best part of that fucking story? Oh my God, this is so fucking embarrassing. I remember we left our hotel room before I had like done my hair, and we went in the pool and shit like that before we went over to Coachella. And I remember finding like an electric outlet next to the pool and straightening my hair for the concert.
I don't know what I'm more disappointed in.
I love this story that I've never told.
This is so sad. There's so much sadness here.
Do you like, is that just a me thing? Like, where you see something great and then it keeps going on and on and on. You're like, I get it. Like a TV series, you're like, we'll watch the next episode tomorrow. I don't need to keep binging. It was that kind of a feeling. It wasn't that it's not good. It's just, I'm done now.
Get it in certain circumstances. I don't get it with the Beatles. Like, I'm sorry, I just don't get it with. I've seen them twice.
Yeah.
There's nothing that would make me not want another hour of that concert.
No chairs. Everyone's touching you. Everyone's touching you.
I don't care. It's Paul McCartney.
Yeah. Was it though? Isn't there like a rumor that he's not even alive anymore? It's just some other guy.
No.
Kind of like Avril Lavigne.
It's exactly the same guy.
We don't know. He's had a lot of surgeries.
It's the same guy though.
Yeah, he does the woo-woo. Okay. The takeaway though was not Paul McCartney. As weird as that sounds.
His drummer.
His drummer.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That
so fucking good.
That guy slaps.
That guy can
He's
get
so much fun to watch
with some drums.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's like and bald.
Dude, he had like another drum set behind him, I swear to God, so he could just turn around and do more, hit a gong like he was in The Who. It was fucking incredible. Like, don't get me wrong, Daniel. Amazing show.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the desert.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
It's hot out there.
It's hot.
It's a People left the desert for a reason.
Yeah, water. They wanted water.
Yes. Shelter, water, food, good times.
Oh, man.
Aye. Well, I'm
sorry.
glad you shared that little piece of evidence that I'm going to use against you forever and always.
You can always tell that story. I will defend myself to the end of time. I need my sleep.
You need sleep. Well, you know who else needs sleep?
Who? Everyone?
Well, yeah, but also Tom Brady.
Why?
Because he's creating a new company.
Why does that mean he needs sleep? I don't understand the segue.
Creating a company requires a lot of work. You're going to need a lot of sleep.
Yes, and.
That's the
Yes, and.
segue.
Yes, and.
That's the segue.
Uh-huh.
He's creating an NFT company.
Sounds like everyone is.
Yeah, everyone is. And a lot of them are not going to do that well.
What's special about his, Daniel?
His is called Autograph.
He gets to own that word?
That's what the company's called.
Ugh.
Just like
Autograph.
Amazon, it doesn't
You buy
own
an
Amazon.
autograph?
I would imagine what it's going to be is it's going to work with celebrities and sports stars to create individual non-fungible tokens that
Are autographs?
similar to what an autograph is.
So does that mean like getting someone's autograph doesn't matter anymore?
I don't think that's mattered in a long time.
Tell that to people that sell shit on eBay.
Do you think autographs are still a big deal?
It depends on the person, and it depends on if they're dead.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. But I think
That's like half. That's half the episodes of Pawn Stars are people signing shit, being like, "Do we want it?" I don't know.
I don't think we do.
I didn't fucking Snoop Dogg release one too, and it's like music and music videos and all this other shit. Like it just feels like there's so much of this now that the whole point of it is gone. The whole point of an NFT is like kind of lost now, and it's more of like a brand, like buying some merch. That's what it's starting to feel like.
I think we just don't know. You know, the jury's still out on how.
I mean,
all of this
NFTs
stuff
will be a thing, but will all of these be? No fucking way.
Well, no,
shot.
I would say probably like 99% of them are going to be failures.
Kind of like podcasts.
Yeah.
So if you haven't already, go rate ours.
Go rate it, because there's a billion of them out there.
We're trying to make Daniel licking that fucking parking meter an NFT. We're next.
We can do that.
How do we do that? What's the process of making something an NFT? And if Snoop Dogg gets one, we totally get to make one.
It's a whole thing, and I think it costs some money depending on. It depends on the time you're trying to do it, because it fluctuates.
We got time.
So we could probably do it for less than $100.
If we were to make an NFT, what the fuck would our NFT be?
I mean, we could put this episode of the podcast as an NFT.
That doesn't make any sense to my brain, but sure.
We could. You could own it.
We should find like a picture of us from like graduation. That's the NFT.
And make it an NFT. Like, who wants that?
People that want to see what our hair used to look like when we had it. And it was done, combed, ready.
Okay. I'm down.
I don't think I had a beard yet.
Are we starting an NFT company?
I don't want to, but if everyone's going to do it. What interests you about Tom Brady's, I guess?
I think it's more that, well, there's been all this talk about NFTs, obviously, right? And the NBA has been kind of like a leader in kind of like essentially what sports cards would be in an NFT world. So the fact that Tom Brady's coming in, who is, arguably the largest football player of all time, coming into this market.
Also, worst cards. Like, no one cares about football cards, except for the Rock card. Did you see how much that Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, when he was on the NFL, that card sold for like $300,000 or some shit? And it's like, what's funny to me about that is like the only reason why it has value is because of everything he did after he was a football player.
Yep.
What?
Yep. Yeah. Well, that's kind of the thing. That's why rookie cards are so amazing.
But that's usually based on like, because they go to be a star in that league. And he was like, I'm a wrestle people.
And he became the biggest movie star in the world.
Doesn't he have a TV show now? Like something
a
Young
TV
Rock?
show.
What the fuck is going on?
That guy has an amazing company.
I guess so.
That he does a lot of work with different in all kinds of different as a producer, as a tequila maker.
Sorry, I totally derailed you though. What makes you as Tom Brady, arguably best football player, most famous, greatest, whatever?
I just think, him kind of, I think his ability to get celebrity, sports star, potential even, NFL or whatever, giant organizations involved in an NFT market could be interesting. It's worth watching. I don't really know what it's going to look like or mean for people, but I think that is the kind of play that I'm interested in looking at right now. I would love it if the NFL says we're doing an NFT. I would love it if Pokemon says we're doing NFTs. I think
Jess
that's
was
all.
talking that they're like talking about doing something pretty soon.
I can't imagine they wouldn't.
Yeah.
It makes no sense for them not to.
She was telling me about a thing where you could. It's not necessarily an NFT, but it's like people can invest in one card together. How fucking weird is that? Like people that can't fucking afford this one card, but someone's gonna like hold it for you. It's such like a weird world. And I don't get what I don't understand about NFTs is like the gratification that you get out of it. This feeling of like ownership, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't feel like that'll ever like really connect with me.
I think technology will have to follow. So, eventually we might have picture frames or something that can put up your NFT.
Sure.
Or in a more virtual sense.
I'm a little worried that it's going to incorporate and kind of encourage bad behavior because there's no like tied down to this currency the way that we have in our countries and our systems of government.
Mm-hmm.
Like you saw on Facebook, a bunch of people had their stuff stolen. And the dude that we don't know who did it, but the person that stole all this information, like what they want in return for that information is cryptocurrency, So it's almost like enticing this like weird people are using cryptocurrency to buy probably drugs on the black market, to buy like things that you can't buy legally. Where does this go?
I mean, like,
Daniel, the expert, tell us.
I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, I think the thing that is wonderful about the potential for cryptocurrency or for the blockchain is that essentially it takes away a lot of transactions that are nefarious, that do cheat people, because everything in the blockchain becomes a part of the ledger. And that's all it essentially is a ledger. And so if you do buy, $1 million worth of guns on the blockchain, that's in there. And it's in there forever.
Whoa. Daniel, this is not the month to be saying shit like that.
You're saying black
not
market.
The month.
So I'm just saying, like, if we're using it's going to make everything more fair.
Yeah.
I think. And it might be a long process to get there.
Two sides of the coin, right?
Yeah, but the idea, I think, in its perfection state, is going to make things more fair for people, and potentially eradicate a lot of cheating, a lot of things that we kind of have in this life or in this cash life that we have that allow for that kind of stuff.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I no longer ever need to have cash on me. Like, I don't want to. I don't want to touch shit that have been sitting in other people's pockets for God knows how long. I don't want any of that. I don't want the coins. I don't want like the weird ones that have sticky McDonald's residue. Like, I don't want it. You ever get a one back from a place and you're like, actually, I'm good. I don't even want it because that looks fucking disgusting. Have you never been there? That's just me? Okay.
That's so funny. No,
it's true,
like
though.
that.
Haven't you gotten a one that you're like, someone did drugs with this one and then did other things with it? I don't want it.
No, I always want my ones. I'm going to not lie to you. I like to have my money. I don't want to give it away for nothing.
It's $1, Daniel. Let me live.
$1. You can't have $100 without $1. Without 100 ones.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
You need 100 of them to have 100.
Yes.
And you need 1,000 of them to have 1,000.
But could they all be crispy fresh, please?
I would love that. I mean,
We need a recycle service to get rid of old money.
Yeah. I think you need to get in the drug trade.
I don't think so. I think
crisp looking money. Crisp look in
every television show, it's just like that just came out of the machine.
It looks amazing. I want to swim in it. That's one of my dreams in life. To have
like that Breaking Bad
bill.
scene where they're just laying on the money.
Yep. Or in Wolf when they're having sex on top of it.
Morning show.
That's the dream.
That's the dream.
That's the dream. Yeah, this is a kid's morning show.
Don't get me wrong. If it's a 20 and it looks like shit, I'm taking it. If it's a 5, I need it. $1 and it looks like somebody wiped their own ass with it, I don't want it, Daniel.
You need to stop paying with cash at McDonald's.
Yes.
That's the end of this. You need to just...
I'm going to start paying with NFTs. One McChicken. Here's an image on my phone.
Oh my gosh. I love it. So you did say this thing about about people had their data stolen. I didn't actually hear about that.
Yeah, that happened like 4 or 5 days ago.
Okay, and that was on Facebook?
Yeah, because it always fucking is. Facebook is just notorious for being very low-level security. Like, it seems like every year shit's getting stolen from Facebook, right?
Sure.
And they keep implementing these new systems and new tools or whatever. And when people reached out for comment about this most recent data breach, they said, "Oh, we fixed that in August." Did you though? So like 500 million people worldwide, 32 million Americans. Data. No, it took your numbers, and if you had your address on there, it took your address. So like, people can just buy that shit with like a picture of Doggy Coin, and now they have all your shit.
I love that.
I don't. I fucking hate it. Why would you?
Do you know if you search your name and the word address, it's going to come up on Google like a lot of your different addresses?
Not if you opt out of a lot of those websites. Spend a lot of time on the internet.
Some of them come from your tax forms. You'll see it.
I got a guy.
It's okay then.
I got a guy.
Okay, you got a deep state internet guy.
No,
Well,
absolutely. So it's a mixture of like, who fucking cares? Like, no one calls anyone on the phone anymore, so why do you need my number? I think the issue is like sending and selling those numbers to then telemarketers or spammers or people like that. Yes, that information is out there, but you have to know my name, know a lot of information about me to start that search history, or you could just buy it off this fucking hacker for $1 of Doggy Coin, and now it's yours, and you can just sell that whole list, probably for more, to those websites, to those sellers, and all they really need you to do is say your name on the phone and say the word yes, and then they can manipulate your voice and audio for many things. They can charge you up. It happens all the time. It happened to my uncle.
Wow.
I had him on the phone, making him feel like he was an IT dude. My uncle's a fucking idiot. How do you not realize, like 10 minutes into that call, the IRS doesn't say, "Hey, bud, we need you to go into your system. Okay, so tell us those numbers. Okay, so what did you do?" Fucking moron.
It happens. It happens. It happens more and more.
But it's mostly people older than us, right?
Yes.
What do you think is going to be like our old person thing? That like Gen Z, generations after that are like, "Oh, these fucking idiots. Why don't they just know?"
It's going to be with crypto.
What is it?
We're still not going to get it. It'll be like, okay, so we need you to go into your blockchain wallet. This is to do with the ledger. They're going to throw all these words that we have got no idea what they are, and no one's going to know. And we're just going to give away all our Bitcoin somehow.
I think the message is delete your Facebook.
And get no Tesla in return.
Dude.
I want a Tesla for my Bitcoin.
I wanted a Tesla a few years ago.
And now that dream is dead?
No, I see so much more automated and electric cars coming to the world that I'm more interested in, and like the way that they give back to communities or the environment or whatever versus like just funding exploding rockets in the desert. There's different options now. definitely Tesla's like top of the line. Like I definitely want that one they sent to space. I think that was a waste of a car. I totally could have used that.
Fair
Hit me
point.
up, Elon.
I'm waiting on this Apple car. Very
You think that's
excited.
really going to be a thing?
Yes.
And Siri's going to just like tell you where to go? They need a new
Potentially, yeah.
voice. Apple needs a new voice.
I agree. And
it needs to be genderless.
Yes. I actually kind of like that it's a woman.
I mean, you can change it though.
Yeah, you can make it like a
There's
British
few
man,
guys.
like
A
an
British
Australian
man.
dude. Yeah, you can
Siro.
change where you're from,
Oh.
and they'll talk to you in British.
They'll talk to you.
So on that note,
Prince Philip died?
Prince Philip did die this morning. Yeah.
Dude, wait. What if we make him the new voice of Apple?
Jesus. He's not even cold.
He's been cold for
It's
like
like-
5 years, Daniel. What are you talking about? Have you
It's
seen
like-
that man in any video? He's just like barely
You've
hanging
got
on.
jokes on jokes about Prince Philip in a binder you've been waiting to pull out for this day.
It's a comedy show.
Got a binder full of jokes.
I don't. These are all just coming right off the top.
Well, rest in peace.
R.I.P. boy.
The
My
Duke of
favorite clip
Edinburgh.
of him is like yelling at paparazzi to hurry up and take the fucking picture, and Prince William's in the background just like,
I'm scared of my grandpa. To you, he's the prince. To me, he's grandpa. And he's scary.
why isn't he the king?
Because he's not in the line.
But he's married to the queen, right?
Yeah. So this is one of those things. One of those
Teach
things.
me.
If so, like when there is a king, like
Mhm.
when the queen dies and Charles becomes the king,
Yeah.
then his wife will become the queen, but the queen won't fucking matter.
So
Like,
what you're
will
saying
matter.
is the queen is single. She
Yeah,
was
the
a
queen
dime
is
in the
single
40s. She was a dime in the 40s.
Dime.
Hello.
Oh my god, I can't even talk to you anymore.
I'm sorry. Tell me what you wanted to talk about this.
You asked about the Queen King thing.
I'm going to
Oh,
hell.
my God.
I'm going to hell. But I'm going to see a lot of you there. I'm going to see a lot of
Me?
you there. Not just
Me?
you, our friends, everyone. Most of us will be there.
I'm going to the good place, baby.
Good place.
I'm going up. I'm actually hoping that I can do another, do the reincarnation thing, do another take.
Oh, you want to go again? You want another
wanna go
round at
again.
this? I'm
Yeah,
I'm done.
another round.
This
You're
is it.
done.
Yeah.
Just straight to hell.
It's not that I want to go to hell. I just don't want to come back as another thing. Well, I
You're
guess
like,
a lot of people have died this year, so I'm curious what made you want to touch on this man specifically. We've talked about a few people. Like, what did he pass away from? Just old age?
yeah, he was 99. He's had some health
99.
problems. this year.
God damn.
Yeah, he was.
That's a
really-
hell of a run.
It's a hell of a
I
run.
hope someone
It's a
makes
hell of a
fun of
run.
me when I die.
He was born in 1921, and it's 2021.
Whoa.
That's crazy, right?
Whoa.
What a life. What a life.
What was really cool is I looked up some old videos this morning about the marriage in 1947 between him and the Queen. And it's
Cool.
crazy, like, for that time, it still felt like very gossipy paparazzi, like everyone paying attention to it. Like, we have not changed in the way that we pay attention to this family.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and he honestly was a really important person in bringing the monarchy into the 21st century.
Tell us.
He like really made sure that there were cameras inside the church for the coronation of the Queen so that it would be broadcast worldwide. He was very much into like,
There's a PR guy.
yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Let's produce
so-
this queenship. Let's go.
He wanted to be on with the times of what
Mhm.
was going on, and that kind of like catapulted the monarchy into the new era of people, and I think given what happened in the 80s with Princess Diana and everyone loving her so much, And now, even today, with the controversy surrounding Prince Harry and Meghan Markle,
It's like he invented it.
kinda.
The
He
circus
definitely
of
helped it along. He
Yeah.
definitely helped it along, and I think that has made it. I think a lot of people have problems with the monarchy, and rightfully so. But at the end of the day, it's a major tourist thing for Europe, for England. Brings in a lot of that, money, and people when they go out there want to see what the deal is with that kind of stuff. It's really interesting history, and it brings in a lot of tourism. So, I think there's a lot of positive things there for all that. So
It does take a
rest in
special
peace.
kind of man that can step back and let a like badass woman just sort of dominate and be like totally fine with that. So there is some merit there.
If you ever watch The Crown, that first season is really fun. His character.
It's about them, like specifically, like actually those. It's about like the actual line. I didn't know. I thought The Crown was almost like this fake narrative show.
Oh no, it's about it starts with Queen Elizabeth becoming the queen, basically.
Oh, okay.
And it's about their relationship. It's so good. Like
People say that, yeah.
Yeah, it's so. I like put it away for a couple years. I didn't want to watch it because I thought it'd be boring and British, whatever, monarchy stuff. And I was like, I'm not that interested. But the drama of it, the scene work, the writing, it's so fantastic.
Because people said that about Downton Abbey, and I could not fucking get down with that show.
That's a little bit different. That's a little more soap opera.
Okay.
This is like a really good drama.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How
it's
historically
really
accurate is it? Like, how much do they deviate from what really happened for like an emotional response?
Really, I mean, the facts of it, the like the things that happen when they happen happen. The conversations, I guess, is that's where it's up for interpretation. The monarchy says it's pretty loosely based.
Yeah.
But so the conversations between the queen and king obviously would have been private. We don't really know. We might know from some writings or some third-hand accounts, but it's just really interesting because they play a lot with what you're talking about with Prince Philip feeling, kind of neglected or kind of like he wants to still be a man in the 40s and the 50s, and then you've got the queen and she is the queen. So
Dude,
there's
if
all
you're
of
married
that.
to the queen, you gotta let the queen be the queen. They didn't give you king title. Step the fuck back.
Yeah.
Know your place.
And his journey is really, really, really fascinating.
Interesting.
Probably my favorite part.
Is the queen like the main protagonist of the show, though?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I
it's
would
from
say
her perspective.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I would say it mostly is. It does switch.
This is a Crown podcast now.
I know, we're a Crown. There's been 4 seasons so far.
Yeah.
So 2 seasons are with one set of actors, and then after on seasons 3 and 4, they have a new set of actors.
Because it's like older,
and
Gotcha.
then 5 and 6 are going to be a new set of actors as well.
That's so jarring, but interesting.
It really is. And the first 2 seasons are my favorite. Because in 3 and 4, the kids get older. Charles is a main portion. Diana's in it. Like, different things are going on. But the first 2 seasons in the 1950s and 60s, when they're kind of they're young, they're really young.
Yeah.
She's one of the most powerful people in the world. He's, like, there's some romantic things that are getting in the way. It's just a lot going on. And that was amazing to me. The writing, the scenes. Oh my God, there's so many great scenes. Can't recommend that show enough.
If you miss Prince Philip, he's idolized and immortalized on The Crown. Watch him there on Netflix. I don't know, Doctor Who's cool, so maybe I'll like it.
There you go. You might. It's just like Doctor Who. Almost identical, actually.
When did the Daleks show up? You don't even know what I'm talking about.
I don't.
I see in the document you wrote here that California is fully opened by June 15th. Is that true?
That's what Gavin Newsom has kind of laid the groundwork for. Yeah, he's saying by June.
I did see his little conference yesterday.
Yeah, he's like assuming with the rate of vaccination, we're at the lowest point we've ever been in terms of
there was like a point
positivity.
he was like, we have the lowest cases in the United States, and it's like, yeah, because we had the highest cases and everyone died that was gonna die.
Because we did
You
it
fucking
wrong.
garbage can.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to think, but maybe.
Daniel says maybe.
So keep getting vaccinated. If you're in LA, you can go to Cal State LA and wait in line, and you'll get your vaccination today or whatever day you go.
Well, because we're seeing that Disneyland is opening, and it's opening new features and stuff like that. So how on track are we to that new future? Like, is Disneyland just going to open regardless of where we're at?
Disneyland's going to open on April 30th, as far as we know. Yeah.
Are you going?
Unless,
day one?
I'm not going. I've got no money.
I have literally been making fun of Disney people in my head for the last 2 months. Like, yes, we went to Downtown Disney in the summer, but that was like really outside, very open. We're not going on rides. We were there for maybe 2 hours. Gotta be honest, dude. That trailer of Avengers Academy makes me want to spend money.
Yeah?
And I'm mad about it. It looks so fucking cool. And finally, like, I hated when they changed the Tower of Terror to that Guardians of the Galaxy ride. Like, I just hated the aesthetic that they put on it. I think it looks kind of weird looking. And I thought it looked really out of place in the rest of the park. Now it feels very connected to something. It feels like a world you're walking into, kind of like Cars Land, kind of like the Star Wars land. You know, you're walking into this place that's not supposed to look normal, and it makes sense.
Yeah.
What are your feelings?
Yeah, I'm 100% on board with you. I think it's going to be a really cool land. From what I've heard,
let's call it Cool Land.
Let's call it a Kool-Aid land.
Kool-Aid land. Might. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I am excited about. I've heard that they have made like the front of the the Avengers building where the headquarters. And it looks like they've made it so they can do like live action stunts and stuff like that. I think that'll be really cool to see. I don't know if you'd call it
stunts,
shows. Stunts.
Okay.
I like almost. You know how like when you go to Star Wars Land, sometimes there's just like stormtroopers on stage and Darth Vader comes out and you're like, what the fuck's going on? You know?
That is Kylo Ren.
Okay.
Darth Vader is dead in that world.
Oh, so that's the new world?
Christ.
I didn't know he was dead.
Have you not seen Return of the Jedi? 1982.
Yeah, well, I thought we were still doing I thought we were still doing stuff.
He a dead bitch. But yeah, I remember them a few years ago releasing like the mechanical Spider-Man thing to show that they're going to have just like this flopping robot that's just like constantly being chucked out of somewhere and then landing somewhere else. I cannot wait. Actually, I can't wait. I don't want this to happen, but I feel like that Spider-Man robot one day is either going to shoot a little too far, a little too short, and it's going to be just like the musical. Was that not your first thought when you saw those videos of the fucking robot?
A little bit, yeah. I was like, we tried this. It didn't work.
You know, like almost. Can you think of a Disney ride that hasn't broken at one point? It's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, let's hope no one gets hurt.
There's like a Doctor Strange ride and then a Spider-Man ride, or is that it?
I know there is a Spider-Man ride. I think
there's a Doctor Strange ride then too.
Interesting. Okay.
Multiverse stuff. Yeah. And I think there's going to be probably a lot more shit for kids. Like, let's be honest. It's going to be like that Jedi Academy thing where like children play around with lightsabers. Stuff like that is going to be going on.
Yeah.
But there's also going to be 32-year-old me pretty soon. Just also in there.
Just way too excited.
I don't know, man. It looks fun. Fuck you. This is your story. You brought it, and I watched it, and I'm fucking excited.
I'm excited about it. I love whenever Disneyland adds new things.
I'm more excited for this than I am for the expansion, because I don't know what the fuck that's going to be. Marvel has been such a huge part of my life. To see it, like, I can't even describe to you the first time we walked into Star Wars Land 2 years ago. I really was like, there's no fucking way. I cried for that. I don't know that I'll cry for Marvel, but there's just like this overwhelming feeling of being transported that they were able to capture over there in Galaxy's Edge that maybe they'll be able to do here.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think
I don't know. California Adventure is very hot. There's no trees. So many trees in Disneyland. California Adventure, not so many trees.
It's a different space. It's a different
vibe.
space.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to go over to the Grizzly California River Run to get them trees. So, but I'm excited too. I'm excited to see where it goes. What happens with it?
Well, as we know, as everyone knows, gas prices are still on the rise. And before we go to our break, I just thought we'd play this fun little clip to show just how serious everyone is taking it.
Sounds like... Wait. No. Oops. My bad.
You're good.
Went to the wrong...
You're good.
Went to the wrong thing.
We're waiting. We're all
I know.
waiting.
I know. I'm
Gas.
here too. Hold on.
Cooking with gas.
Share my screen. Here we go. Bada bing, bada bing, bada bing.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so you go in and tell. Yeah, somebody's gonna go in and tell somebody.
Wait, I have to go tell? She's doing her whole car.
Pretty cool, right? Do we want to watch it one more time?
Yeah, is she... Why?
Okay, so you go in and tell. Yeah, somebody's gonna go in and tell somebody.
Wait, I have to go tell? She's doing her whole car.
So what's happening, Daniel?
She rubbed it at the end.
Yeah. I think she's confused. I think
Does
she's
she think
having
it's water?
I think she's having an episode. I don't know what's happening.
I am so... Like, it looks like...
She's cleaning
This is
her
my
car
first
with
thought.
gasoline, just for context for people listening to just the audio.
Yes.
She's taking a gas guzzling explosion all over her fucking vehicle and rubbing it with the palm of her bare hand. Not even a cotton cloth. Not even a paper cloth. Just her hand. What the fuck do you think was on the car? That she's like, it's better to have gas all over.
I think she just committed a murder. And she's gonna literally light a match and walk away. I think that's what's about to happen here. She's like, no one's ever gonna find out.
No one's ever gonna know.
Wow.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with people, man, but we're losing it.
We're losing it, man.
We're not the same.
No, this is insane.
Have you ever been filling up your car and then this hasn't happened to me in probably like 15 years, but like you just go too long and then there's gas everywhere?
Yes.
The fucking
Yes.
worst.
That's the worst, yeah.
All over her car. Do you think it's seeping into the engine and like all the other crevices? Like there's no way that like water doesn't touch those other parts of your car, so why the fuck wouldn't the gas also drip in those places? That's
That's
fire.
true. Yeah.
I just realized that lady's gonna die.
You can't start that car right now. You need to hose it off, man.
And the person filming is like, we gotta go tell somebody. We gotta go tell somebody. But let me film it though. Let me
Right.
let me get my
I'm so
cloth.
filming. You go tell.
Well, I probably would film it too, man. Just like, wait, what?
Is happening? Yeah, totally.
That's your choice.
Oof. Wonderful. I can't believe it. Especially
Gas
at
prices on the
$4 a
rise.
gallon.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
So expensive for that gag.
Come on, guys.
I hope she's okay. I hope whoever
too.
was watching her that day is also okay. Just starts pouring gas all over her car, too.
Like,
Yeah, let's take a break. We'll be right back, guys.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Lávate las manos. Es muy importante que te laves las manos. Wash your damn hands.
And we're back, Daniel. Our chat likes to make fun of us because we say we've been doing the whole break thing for like a year now. And they're like, you don't really take a break, though.
Yeah, we don't. I don't know why we do it.
I used to know. Now I don't know anymore.
Because we don't actually take a break. We just play an audio clip.
Well, it's kind of like there if we need to take a break. If someone's got to pee, someone's got to do something. But I don't think we've asked in a while. Like, hey, you need a break? We just like go, we're back. We're back,
no,
motherfuckers.
we never do that. Yeah, we never do that. I don't think we ever have gone to the bathroom in the middle of the show.
Yes, I have, for sure.
Okay.
It's been a longer break. It was much needed. But like we like to do every other time that we do this fucking weird break and then come back and no one notices or comments on it because we're very talented and do this show all the time, we like to teach Dan a little something about the internet, and we like to call it Dan Learns the Internet. Are you ready?
Yeah, always. Because my name's Dan.
Yeah. Daniel.
It's a perfect time.
I saw this article that made me, number one, scared.
Okay.
A little excited. And kind of like I have nothing left to do. So I want to see how you feel about it. An AI software, a bunch of smart techie people, probably the same type of idiots that are making NFTs and all this smart shit that we as old people are going to be like, what's that? And then give all our information away. They created this software, Daniel.
Yeah.
For the 27 Club. You know what the 27 Club is?
Yeah.
What is it? It's for the people.
The people who die.
The people.
Like musicians usually die at 27 years old, like Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain, who else?
Amy Winehouse. So check this out.
Okay.
They created this software that has digitally created new music from Nirvana, Jimi Hendrix, The Doors, Amy Winehouse, Bono, and they're like real songs.
Bono didn't die though.
I know, that one's weird. I don't know why he's thrown in, but it's
okay. He's still making music.
It's called the Lost Tapes of the 27 Club. Probably they're like his career died though. He tried to put that thing on our iPad once, and we were like, "No fucking way!"
It's called the Lost Tapes of the 27 Club, with a song by Bono. We just can't not include Bono.
So we were kind of in the pre-show going back and forth whether or not we could play something. I don't think we can, but I have to tell you, if you guys go and take the time to search out this project called the Lost Tapes of the 27 Club, the Amy Winehouse song really sounds like a song, and it's not bad. It's so
it's all computer generated. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. They so you can't just like make this stuff out of thin air, right? It's kind of like, think of it in the same terms of like deep fakes or some of the ways that we're doing CGI now on characters that are either too aged up or they've passed, something like that. We're using assets that exist to create these things. So usually a lot of photos, video references are kind of put together to create someone's face, the way it moves and the way it talks. So similarly, they've taken the databases of like all of these people's catalogs, put it in, and the computer has kind of rewritten new music that feels like that person. Takes phrases and the way that they speak and creates sentences, and then creates melodies to those sentences in the time signature to the song, and it's complimentary. I'm fucking terrified.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
That's where we're at.
I'm really curious to hear this because...
Are we done now? Is music done? Like, do we ever need new music from people? Because, like, you can't just create it from nothing, right? Like, people have to have a catalog to create something.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard of things like this coming, not in like artists, not replicating artists' work, but, you know, kind of... making software that will then create sounds for, you know, commercials, like, you know, commercial music essentially, and not having musicians really be involved.
Yeah.
There's been debate, you know, I've been around musicians who are debating this, whether
the idea of voice, coming through and really sounding like that person.
Yeah.
Like the Jimi Hendrix one really, even the way it sounds recorded sounds like that. Of that era. But like if that person still lived, like that's really gnarly. What they're kind of focusing on is like, it sounds like them, sounds like their signature, but if they recorded today.
Right. Yeah, no, that's pretty gnarly. I don't know, man. I think that, you know, it's hard to say.
And why didn't we make a new Michael Jackson song? That's the real question.
Where is the new MJ?
Maybe we're not allowed to ask for that anymore, but I would like one.
I'll take it.
Because not going to lie, the last two albums, not that great.
Not my favorites. And
I'm not even talking about the ones that came out after he died.
No, no, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, a little Michael would be fun. I don't know. I don't know
what artist would be? What artist would you like to hear from again if you had to pick somebody?
Oh gosh.
Sorry
I
for
mean,
my coughing today.
You're good. I feel like MJ would be the one that I would take new music from, but I don't think I want it though.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I want anything new.
So you don't like
that
this
isn't-
idea?
Not really.
I don't know why
I'm-
we're doing it.
I'm curious about it, like from a standpoint of like being like, oh, that's really interesting that this computer created this song, but I'll know it's not Amy's song.
Yeah.
Or Jimi Hendrix's
But
song.
will you, when you're in your 60s and it just comes on the radio like any other Amy Winehouse song, you'd be like, oh, I guess I missed this album. This is kind of good.
A good song's a good song, right? I guess.
It's just, what's interesting is like what constitutes a good song is being created now by a computer, not from a human emotion. Like that's the huge takeaway for me is like, yes, pop music is kind of created in this like structured, like let's hit all the beats, let's play with serotonin, let's do these things that are tropes. But most great music that stands the test of time comes from a very specific moment in somebody's life that they express to the world. And they're so specific about it that people are able to connect to it. It blows my mind that a computer can do something that almost touches that same feeling.
Right. Yeah. I guess that goes to the power of what we're able to accomplish through math, you know, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I think
I should have paid more attention.
That element of internalizing or externalizing what is internal through music, I don't know that you can really replicate that. You could probably replicate it in the form of, this is a good song. But it doesn't come from, I don't know.
You could probably get a catchy song, but you probably can't get like a real challenge accepted, I guess, for the nerds.
Hey, good, go get them. You know, you take over the music world. Why not? Nerds. Still gonna be fucking nerds.
Sorry, Sam Ash, it's over. It's
still
over.
gonna like math. Math nerds.
Are we gonna see a section in Guitar Center now? You know, like it was probably weird at one point for like the guitars and pianos and drum section to all of a sudden have a computer section for recording. That was probably really weird to people.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna see something AI-y? And I feel like the music genre that'll use this the most is DJs.
Yeah.
You know, samplers, people that use other people's music and build upon that. Like, are we going to see a whole fucking place and a whole genre of musicians that are like half themselves and half somebody else?
Probably. I mean, I feel like in a lot of ways it's already happening, right? Not in terms of an artist specifically, but they're not. You know, there's a lot of people who are super famous and they don't write music. But
well,
they
not their own, but someone musicians. Is. Someone's usually someone's around doing the
someone's
work.
Around. Yeah. Well, but I mean, like you're saying with DJs, that's a huge culture. Sure. And I'm not going to throw them down or anything like that. Like what they do is pretty incredible, but it is more about putting things together than it is about creating from scratch.
Well, it's just a different tool, a different asset of understanding.
And it's coming at it from this lane as opposed to this lane. Nothing wrong with that. It's just different. It's so yeah, maybe there's going to be another lane, and this is partial computerization, partial, you know, maybe it's a little more curating as opposed to creating. I don't know. It's interesting.
Future's going to be weird, man. NFTs and music made by dead people.
Yeah. Thanks, Tom Brady. Ruined another thing, I guess.
Can I get an autograph of that person that's dead? Thank you.
Oh, man.
Well, that was the internet for today. Do you feel like you learned something?
I will when I listen to it.
There you go. Was that an episode?
That was an episode, my man.
Congratulations, everyone. We made it to the end. This one wasn't quite as long. We were like, before this episode started, we're like, we talked too long the last few weeks. Let's try to make this a little punchier, a little more to the point. Yeah. We want this to be something you can do while you're doing the dishes, not something you do while you're building a house. That's what we're trying to make.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. So we did it. On that note, we should just wrap up and say, if you like this show, please give us a review and a rating.
I love how you're just like
Apple
saying
Podcasts.
What you could just start doing. So I'm going to end the show now. I'm going to wrap it up, and we're going to say the outro lines. Here we go.
I'm just letting you know where I'm going, so you're not caught off guard. So yeah, please give us that review. Where can people find you, Sir Will?
People can find me on Twitter at Will J. Gabriel, or you can watch the show live every Friday morning at 10 a.m. at SilentWill_ on Twitch. And where can the people find you, Dan?
People can find me on YouTube at Daniel Wargo.
I love the way you say YouTube. It's so fast.
YouTube. I don't got time. I don't have time to say it slowly.
We don't have time. We got to end this episode. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you for being here. We'll see you in the talk down after the outro. Love y'all.
Have a wonderful week in the universe, guys. Take care.